Welcome, viewers of this conversation. Life has been happening. Actually, took a break. Tulijipatia break. Na tukapewa break. Tukaenda maandamano. But we are back with yet another opportunity, another time to just come and talk and have this conversation. Karibuni sana. We're just having a conversation about this understanding this is a very special month in terms of mental health awareness month. And just trying to really understand what it is. I don't know if you know. Do you know that that May is mental health awareness month? And just looking at it and thinking on how important that is. I don't know if maybe there's someone that I do what is mental health.
In your area, like every day there's something being celebrated. I think also this week there's nurse week. The week for the nurses. Not celebrating themselves. This all nurses, kudos, we celebrate you.
But we celebrate you.
Yeah, no, do anything and don't give me antibiotics. So nurses.
Yeah, we celebrate you nurses out here.
I think I saw that, unless I see it wrong here. So all that, every day you find this is a day, but generally in the month of May, and I think specifically though sometimes not carton on. I think it's like the indication 15 to 25. So generally
so not the whole month.
Not the whole month, but you can put it the whole month. So again, mental health is hard. There is no health without mental health. So yes, it is a mental health awareness month where we just highlight things of mental health, definition. What is this we are talking about? What is mental health? Is there?
Define for people. I know kuna maybe it's because easy because not
mental. Yeah. I know sometimes we joke about that. We had someone say, "Oh, I'm depressed." I was talking to some adolescents, someone that was saying, "No. We define for us bipolar, it does not one but maybe a card bipolar." Yeah, of course, so there is, and I want to go by the definition of WHO, of the World Health Organization. It has 4 concepts, they're not verbatim in its definition, but we look at 4 things. One, so mental health is that state. When I'm in this state, then I'm able to, one, physically, realize my abilities. Am I realizing my abilities? And I like saying our roles in life come in several things to do. For instance, you're a brother, you're a son, you're a dash, so many things. So are you realizing your abilities? Are you in a state to realize that? Secondly, is am I productive? Am I fruitful? Am I productive? As I wake up during the day, by the end of the day, am I in a state I can say today I did 1, 2, 3, 4? And yes, if I did 2, what is this that hindered that from happening? I think also something else is, am I contributing to my community? And you see every time we're in a community, at home, small community, in the work community, in school, at work, depending on which is the community, am I contributing positively? Am I feeling like I'm part of that community? But for me, most important is the 4th one. I like putting it 4th, where how am I coping with the known stresses of life? How to cope with the stresses. And you see, for mental health awareness, the thing is about anxiety. So, one is very critical. What is stress? We're not going to look into that. But what am I coping with the normal stresses? Normal is also very relevant. This is normal for you, this is normal for me. So, how am I feeling? Like you are saying, that there's so much going on.
Yes, there is. I think you talk about the normal happenings of life.
Are we coping with that? No, what is that you had highlighted?
So many things. I think you guys have been watching the news. So much.
Actually, the man was only their family from yeah, there's the tension of if they're going to be Mandamano.
Yes. There's the story of Shekora we had. It is really.
To be shaken from people's
This is the economy at the moment. There's a bill that is about to be passed. And it's just employees are just on the crossing fingers. This will not pass. There's so much.
That's stress by itself. So the question is, how we handling Again, not only the external, we have our normal stresses. A normal, like now you find maybe there are not jobs, they need to have food. Maybe there's someone expecting you to maybe on a family. I'm a family and say, let's do money in our family. Maybe my parents are working on only the economy is tough, people have loans to surface, we have whatever. There's just so much. So generally how we coping. Maybe just hold that. How do you cope? How do you know you're not coping? How do you know you're overwhelmed? How do you identify when you are overwhelmed?
Well, how I identify that?
How do you first identify that? You are overwhelmed.
You talk about productivity. I think one of my indicators is that when I feel unproductive, I've woken up and I'm really tired. You have some tasks to do and you're already tired. I think that is a trigger for me, that's an indicator for me that when I am not productive, when I don't feel like doing the things that I do normally.
No muscle wants to.
Yeah, I'm like, like today I just want to sleep on this. Or there's waking up when you even until it. Sometimes you don't want to do anything, maybe you don't want to even talk to people for that day. It's like, you
can joke about when you wake up, alafu unaenda kwa kiti ndio ukaamka. Unaenda kulala kwa kiti and yes, that can come out because of very many things. Maybe there's burnout, maybe I'm just emotionally fatigued, maybe physically fatigued, maybe I'm unwell. It is very important to listen to ourselves. Listen to ourselves. We don't have to wait until it's been pointed. I think the time there was a community around there, the guys in authority are just pushing themselves until it's done. By that time, they're even causing more chaos. So deep inside, for me to have fallen at that point, is something I've been feeling. I've been feeling stressed, I've been feeling overwhelmed. So I think most importantly, am I able to recognize at what point I'm feeling anyway, the cow wants to refuse. Before the cow refuses, is the cow wanting to refuse. So am I able to identify that?
And just thinking about the awareness, I don't know, are there organizations, are there people who are pushing this agenda? Because there are people who are aware, there's an awareness that they have. Maybe for you've gone through a certain training or certain, like how can someone maybe identify such things? If someone who is just pushing himself because I'm told I need to push blood here.
And then again, one of the things about the stigmas and the stereotypes is that for someone to be mentor, for the mentor word to come up in my conversation, it only means madness. What is that? So I think first of all is how has it been presented? How has the aspect of mental health been presented? And this is the time where maybe anybody who is in the profession, of course, trained social workers, counselors, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists. I feel sometimes it's also a bit of a passion. Yes, there is what I do. How do people know what I do relates to what they are going through? So personally, I like using the social media as much as it's possible, not just using my Facebook. I'm trying to revive myself. But here I am, personally, I use like my WhatsApp. I use my WhatsApp and I just send out information there. There are people who respond and ask further. So one of the things I do when I create awareness that way, whatever picks somebody and they ask, now we get into a conversation. So you might find I've done a couple about, like I think today I had done about teams. How do we self-care on them? And you know, you have to give the examples. I think I'd also done about anxiety disorder, symptoms that I have anxiety. So a few people will involve. And then now we go on with the story now. And sometimes it has come into a therapy session out of that. Sometimes someone tells me, no, I don't have the amount. Again, we have to acknowledge therapy is not cheap in our country. But then again, that's relative. So some people have come up, others just telling me I just need help. I realized also what you've indicated. I think the other day I had indicated that flashback. I think are a trigger, could be a trigger to like PTSD. If you pass the flashback. And I was like, what is happening when you get the flashback? Is it terror? Are you terrified? Are you functioning? Because one of the things I think I forgot to highlight at the beginning, which is very important, is that mental health is not necessarily the absence of mental illness. So we look at what is this situation or environment that will significantly affect your thoughts, your thinking, your feelings, how you feel, and then my behavior, my functionality, how I'm relating with other people, how we are relating as a member of the community, how am I making my choices, what choices am I even making, am I looking at the consequences, am I in a sober state to realize that the choices I'm making have an impact. So generally that's what we'll be looking at. So like you've indicated, the creation of awareness. Maybe that's why there's this man. So out there, whoever is in a position of having any information, you don't have to always get money back. Just create awareness. Even if you're helping somebody who could realize that what they've been doing is self-harm, they are not aware they've been harming themselves. And that person realizes, or I remember at the time we talked about that, and a certain parent actually had that information, went and had a conversation with another parent who was saying, I'm realizing my child is doing ABCD. Self-harm it includes, you'll find someone cutting themselves up in the wrist, of course, where they can hide. And you'll find some people just banging their heads. And mostly it could be an adolescent that can be up there, suicidal thoughts. So this lady was like, now, how walikuwa wametolewa shule where the child is in a cult. And so the child needs to go either be prayed for or do something. And they had been suspended. So out of the awareness created, this lady realized, I heard of something called self-harm. Why don't you go look for counseling somewhere? And when they came, they will realize actually self-harm mostly comes from a lot of repressed emotional feelings. Sometimes we go through a lot. There's what we call adverse childhood experiences. What I went through as I was growing up, some minds do be traumatized naturally. God created us in a very wonderful way. But there are those out of one challenge or another, or the mental structure, they don't get traumatized on their own. So that person triggers. It's like now they triggers everyone. Maybe like someone who underwent sexual abuse when they were young, and maybe they were raped, and they got a trigger, but they are not aware of the trigger. So they come up and you find that maybe rape is this taboo topic, is not supposed to be talked about. And sometimes it is so sad when a child comes and says, I was raped, and the first thing we ask is, how were you dressed? The first thing we ask is, now the victim becomes the victimized. So you find out of such things, someone may not talk about it, but they are suffering inside. So then they start presenting like emotional pain, because this child, for example, an adolescent, class, there's already stress from class, there's expectation, maybe in upper class 7, class 8, they're doing an exam. And emotionally, they have so much baggage. They're trying to look at the parents or the guardians and wondering, I need to pour out. I need to pour out what I have. But nobody's giving that environment. So you find they start cutting. That the physical pain cancels out the emotion.
Like a traumatic
But
response.
it is actually not a solution because they could cut and self-harm. There's infection. It could be a bit of vein, then inapelekanga blood hiyo hiyo tukamera daktari tusamehe
nasi tafadhali naweza tuandikia nini
tuandikie gani hapo. So you see self-harm, like now this banging the head. The other day I was giving a talk and someone was asking if our friend is doing that, how can we help? Do we hold him before he hits his head, or do we wait for him to hit his head? And it can be very dangerous because you also have to remember your health, your safety comes first. So there's a lot out there. Anybody who can sensitize the community, your church, you're given the platform, sometimes the platforms are not availed. It's very important. Let's create the awareness. Some people are suffering depression, others bipolar, others substance abuse, and they're not understanding it is a disorder.
There's something you talked about, and I think also this matter of traumatic responses. For instance, I think there's a video that was going around of this lady who, I don't know, it was matter of fact that she failed to end the life of this child. On how, so you see now there is that aspect of you feel pressure, you feel so much. Because I was just trying to look at that video and trying to understand like what could lead you to, because you are no longer present. And I think it's very important, as Jenny is saying here, I think it's good to be aware before it gets even to that place. So it's good to really know ourselves and know how to process and how to deal with our issues before it reaches a point of no return. As you say, at the moment that when it's becoming now physical, then already the emotional bit is really there's a different area at that point. Because I'm trying to really understand then how best can we, as we live in a community, how best can we help people? How best can we reach out? How best can we create?
Maybe like a safe space.
Yeah.
If there's anything like a safe space.
Similarly, I had a friend who underwent a very traumatic experience, and we had a conversation with a friend of mine also today about how people have found comedy to be an escape.
Sometimes they what we call defense mechanism and humor and their defense mechanism. So there are people who are happy, but defense mechanism is anytime I'm anxious, and so I want to cover that. So there are some people who will mess up, but if you're not present in the moment, you will not get where they are. Really joking, or they are just listening. Yeah, some people have used humor.
Yeah, so that I've highlighted and seen these artist who passed on, and what she was posting on, he actually killed himself. And what she was posting was more of a meme and comedy and this.
And let me tell you one thing. I think personally, I get more concerned when someone indicates what I'm doing is just a me, it's not me. Subconsciously, no, your mind is speaking.
Sometimes
we just go like, hey, na mimi zangu msifikiria ndio life yangu. But what attracted you to that?
Yeah.
There's something inside you they can avoid.
It is feeding something.
It's not that it's bad, no. But I just sometimes I have actually there's a time I think I posted something about me. No. That is you. That is you. That is not a me. And so sometimes friends I'm close to, friends I can relate to. Sometimes they post something, I'm like, you know what? Let's have a talk. Let's have a talk. What's happening? There's some people who want to know what's happening in my life. Just check my status and get to find them in the life. So like you're saying, when do we realize? For example, like for that lady and the child, I remember just hearing it. because it's called trauma, but not even being that vicarious trauma. For me, I think I got vicarious trauma. Trauma by experiencing my hearing. I just felt I didn't see it. Because just the thought of it, that a child's life can be watched in by someone who we don't know what the scenario was, but definitely there was something mental happening, and maybe it was not fit. Because again, like you said, our society is a numbing society. Where because the meaning alafu I had a boy who was saying, the father was asking, what do you mean you're going for therapy? Then I'm supposed to man up, and that's a person who's already self-harming, and that's the next just here someone committed suicide, and now we are trying to find out and what was happening, how was it?
The indicators.
It's not easy. And like sometimes I say it's being a kilometer. That's the speed it is taking us. But yeah, we can keep just sitting on the step. Keep doing what you do. Because again, there's a lot of that. If we'll do in our next session, we'll do things about self-awareness. How do I get to that point? But most important for me, what matters is if we could demystify the stigma. I think last year or the other year, one of the things is demystifying the stigma. Because there's a lot of stigma. And I like asking, if I'm taking medicine for depression, and you're taking medicine for diabetes, is there any difference? But because of what society has shown us, that it's like having a mental health disorder, which we'll talk in the next session, is like it's a sin. So then this person has the guilt and the shame. So they don't want to take their medication. A lot of people have refused to take their medication. Or they take it in hiding and hope that by the time you tend to take medication, I will be alone. These are some of the things we need to create awareness of. That yes, if someone is going through depression, remember, you have to be evaluated and assessed. It's not that nikwambie ni kama uko na depression wewe vile nakuona no, that's very dangerous. That's because you can minimize somebody's issue. There's what we call comorbidity, where you find that maybe I have depression because I'm on substance use disorder has brought about a depressive disorder, or I am depressed, so I have reached out for support. So when that comorbidity is existing and you only pick one, then will not be fair to you. So that's the assessment is very critical. If you're suspecting you're not well, walk to a health center and just present yourself. You will be assisted. Again, this mentality of thinking they won't listen to me. We call that cognitive distortion. My mind is about me. Let me go there. Reach out to somebody, a man of faith, a pastor. Pastor that you are aware of in your church, not just any. The vulnerability is what is making us be men. A friend, if a friend reaches out to listen, sometimes we listen to tell. Listen, you may not have an answer, but just listen and then point them. Because sometimes just the speaking, the cathartic that are spoken, gives me some relief, and then now, if you please tell someone, I honestly don't know how to help you. However, could we seek out for help? It is about our teenagers. Can we stop confusing rebellion and depression symptoms? Because sometimes we lump them together. Unanyamazia hapo kwa room, unajifungia hapo kwa room. You don't even know what they are doing. So if we can be aware, stop judging, minimize the judging, be in the present moment, listen to myself. If I'm not okay, can I look? But it's for me to know I'm not okay. I have to know how am I when I'm okay.
Thank you. I think today we were just scratching the surface and just I think the next like 2-3
good to tune into want to look at mental health disorder. Want to look at what are these? For example, there are things we are coexisting with. Want to look at some of the symptoms, the basic symptoms. Tell me, let's This daktari lakini naona ni kama tunatafuta usaidizi. Things like insomnia, things like lack of appetite. And then also for me specifically very important, just addressing mental health and the adolescents and the youth. Because we tend to imagine it when you're grown up that you have studied. When you're grown up you have an aspect of social. But You guys.
At the moment, you see, the world is here.
Yeah.
So we are able to really teach so many things.
Thank you so much.
So I think very important. I think something that I'll say as maybe as we come to a close, like living in the present, trying as much as possible. Yes, there's so much happening, and it's happening to everyone. It's not just you. So how make it a daily practice? Make it a practice. Slow down. Slow down today.
Maybe before we finish, I want to pose a question to you.
Yes.
What's your self-care? How do you take care of yourself?
For me, I do assessment of a week or a month of how things have been. I usually nowadays I have intentional moments of thinking about myself. Something I picked last year. Yeah, sometimes I forget, but I usually once in a while, intentionally I'm just saying, like, I don't want. I just want to think about me. Then I journal a bit. I write it down of whatever. Recently, I celebrated my birthday. And even tafadhali na keki pia namba yangu namba ya simu. But just writing down how the year has been for me and what I'm expecting for this year. Just small aspects of this thinking about yourself, I think has been so wonderful for me because it makes me now really
being a bit selfish.
Yes, and being attentive to the small things, really like celebrating the small wins, looking at what I could have done better, and just trying as much as possible to pick that and make it as intentional as possible, because I think the intentionality bit of loving yourself, don't expect anyone.
I would say self-care is a priority.
Yes. So
a priority is not selfish.
Yeah. And for me also looking at it, also trying to open up to my friends. Looking at group where we can sit down and actually talk about things.
Support.
Yeah.
Network.
Yes. And the thing we all have community, and now choose the right community, choose the right group.
Again, not everyone has to be. Not everyone has to love you. Imagine.
Maybe just one. It's okay. Just one. Not one. You are rich with that one friend who you can sit down and just. Wache kutupa
wache kwa kila mahali unataka kwenda na huyu ako na bagi ako na nini, and by the end of it you are so tired, and when you have something then you start thinking.
So I think for me that has been my healthy way of dealing with whatever is happening all around.
I think someone needs to pick that up, because sometimes they think it's only grown up. When you're adulting, when you're grown up, is when you can arrange yourself. But it's good to understand that even at your age,
as young as I am,
as young as you no asking dates hapa miaka ni ngapi, as young as you feel, I think there is a generation out there that would love to hear how do you manage, for instance, like calling you, how do you manage your life, are you managing your relationships, are they not giving you headache and stress? Those are some of the things we'll be looking at.
So guys, stay tuned, more is coming.
Very good.
See ya.